का चल रहा है इसको अपन सुन ये वाला से स्टार्ट है ना ये वाला सब स्टार्ट हेलो स्क्रीन से विंडो इधर हो इधर हेलो join here I'm joining it So good evening students, it's Rashmi Sir now. So I know that I'm not wasting more time because I know that you guys must entertain the sessions. We start from zero and we want you guys learn something from it. I want that you guys interact with me and you guys understand what actually the beginners will learn. So whenever I give you some ideas, I just give you some ideas about a that is what how to face interview and what type of questions they will ask you in the interview. Because I saw that most of the guys learn a lot, everything they learn, but only one drawback is there. They have no moral courage to face the interview. Sometimes they understand every concept because Java is just like ocean. It's a very that is word. It's a very high level areas because you know that. So most of the guys tell that Java is a difficult language, but Java is not a difficult language. But Java is a good language. Java is easy to learn. Java is a pure object-oriented language. But lots of fundamental questions you face in the interview. What type of questions you face in the interview? Interview preparation and topic preparation is different. Exam preparation is also different. Now, whatever in this live sessions I covered within a 15 days or 1 month, I just give you some guidelines to you guys how you face interview. Now, when you are the student of Java, you always face the first questions. I remember one of a KTN, or kid guys, asked me the question, sir. That is when I enter into the room, I saw that the first question I faced, that why the main method in Java is study. And at that day, I realized why you spoil your that is a blot, sir, and you just repeatedly explain this concept to us, sir, because that is the genuine question you face. You know that most of the times they ask you the question why the main method is study. Now, my concept is that where you feel bored, you please ask me the questions. Then I must briefing it another way, or we just move in some other angles. You know that in my classroom I'm very strict, but now in these sessions I want to interact with you guys. It is not classroom; it is just different. It is a platform where you can learn something from me. Otherwise, it is wasting of time and resources. So my question is, why the main method is starting? That is the first question. You remember one thing in C, starting is the storage class. But in case of Java, starting is not a storage class. In Java, starting is a modifier. And remember, in case of Java, how many modifiers are available? 8 modifiers are available. So I think static, final, abstract, transient, volatile, native, synchronized, strict, active. There are 8 modifiers are available. So you just remember in this way, you know that there are 50 keywords are available in case of Java. You know that out of 50 keywords, there are 8 are modifiers. You know that modifiers are the keywords, but now the question is, my question is word, why the main method is static? So if anybody asks you what is the static, you tell that static is a modifier in Java. And how many modifiers are available in Java? In Java, there are 8 modifiers are available. So fine, but in interview, you just tell that why the main method is static. Java popularly uses 2 type of method. One is static method, another one is non-static method. Static method means what? Class method. You remember one thing. When the method is a class method, it is called by what? It is called by JVM because main method is always called by whom? Called by JVM. The main method is called by JVM by class name without creating instance of the class. Now, first, when we teach our students, we partially cover it as the main method is static. JVM call it by class name without creating the instance of the class or without object. It is able to. But another point is there, as the main method is static, it cannot be override because in case of Java, which method cannot be override? A static method cannot be override. So your answer must be, as it is a class method, JVM call it by class name without creating the instance of the class. And another point is, as the main method is static, that is, it cannot be override. As a programmer, I can't override it. So that is what that is the first question you face, and remember, it is the main part in Java. Now another part is that why the main method having an argument. Remember, it is the starting area and it is the introduction class. I'm not make the class more. That is what a depth part. I'm not entered into the depth part. I just want to interact with you guys. I just boost up your moral courage. I want that you must be strong. Your body language must be strong when you are facing an interview. When you are facing interview, your courage must be so high, and your programming, that is what your typing must be so high that you face any person. That's not a matter. So the first question is why the main method is static. I just elaborate. Now the second question is why the main method having an argument. Why it has an argument. You know that main method having an argument. I saw that most of the guys tell that a main method having an argument. That is what ARGS. I remember. Most of the guys tell that it is an argument wrong. ARGS means argument wrong. You tell that. So main method having only one argument, that is array reference of a type, string type. In Java, string is a class, array is also a class. But Java is a pure object-oriented language. And remember one thing. In Java, every term is treated as class, except primitive data types. I remember there are 8 primitive data types are available. These data types is not treated as class. Beyond that, all other concepts are treated as what? Class. So in case of Java, that is what array is a class and string is a class. So what Java tells? The main method having an argument which is the array reference of string type. On behalf of ARGS, can I write anything? Yes, I can write anything. Here, if I write my name, Rashmi, no issues are there. That is possible. It is what variable name or reference name. You know that reference and variable both are same, but the difference is that variable holds the data, whereas reference holds what? That is address. See, what I can do here, whatever you write, that's not a matter, but it is array reference of a type, string type. Now the question is, why the main method having an argument that is array reference of string type? You tell that, sir, main method having an argument that is array reference of string type or holding command line argument. Now, before I elaborate this concept, I just give you one idea. What is command line argument? command line argument is a technique through which programmer pass the input from the command line. Dynamically, I can enter the input from the command line. Take an example. I run a program. I run a program by the help of a command called a Java space. What's I pass here? That is the class name. You try to understand when I write Java space class name, I want to run the program. When you run the program, after that, if I write hello, hello is word, command line argument. Now, when I enter hello, hello is a command line argument that must be stored in the array of string type, which is implicitly constructed by JVM. Remember, in this case, whatever the command line argument we entered, that must be stored in the array of string type, which is implicitly constructed by JVM. Because whatever the input we pass, it must be stored. So where it is stored? In the array of string type. And remember, after the array is constructed and it is stored in the array of string type, JVM assign the base address of the array to the main method argument. So they ask you the question, why the main method having an argument? You just simply tell one thing, forget about memory management. You only prepare yourself for the interview. You tell that, sir, for command line argument, that is the JVM always construct an array when we run the program. And that array is the array of a type, string type. And that array base address JVM assigned to, that is the main method argument. So main method argument must be array reference of string type. They ask you the question, can I change the main method argument? You tell no. You can change it. That is method overloading. But that method never be called by JVM. Within a main method, I can write word 5, 6 main method. There is no problem. But JVM call only one main method that contain array reference of a type, string type. So simple answer is, for holding command line argument, the main method argument is array reference of string type. I'm not wasting the time. And you guys, how you feel? Hi guys, how you feel? You tell. So now you are comfortable or not? You try to comfortable with me because it is not a class. It is just interaction for your interview. I saw that most of my students and most of the students of Odisha face the problem. They are smart, they are hardworking, but they are unable to explain anything in front of interview. That is the biggest problem. I want to change my student of Odisha, because we are great, we are powerful. So you guys, please, that is feel comfortable that you are the student of Odisha. Don't feel bad that I am not the student of Odisha. That is what Odisha is a backward state. No, Odisha is the main state, and you are that is what you are the king of this area. So in IT field, we are always powerful, and most of our students are now in a high position. So I know that they will come. You tell that no, sir, whatever sir tell, that is right. I only boosting your energy. For that, I'm coming for live classes. Now I just move to the next part. Next part is what is the out? When you write a program, you face lots of questions. That is first question. I elaborate why the main method is static. Is it mandatory that main method is static? Yes, it is mandatory that the main method is static. Next, why the main method having an argument? You tell that main method having an argument which is array reference of a type, string type. I covered. Now the question is, what is out? Out is what? You remember, out is a constant present in system class. Listen, don't tell that out means output. Don't tell like that. This is a bogus answer. You tell that, sir, out is a constant present in system class. But out is the reference of one class, that is the print string. See here, if somebody asks you what is the out, You tell that, sir, out is a constant in system class. But it is a reference of another class. What the class is? The print stream class. See, print stream is a class present in java.io package. System is a class present in java.lang package. In case of Java, you never declare a constant by const keyword. You declare a constant by public, static, and final. Because you know that constant value never be changed. Only one part you know. You never change the value of a constant, but there are some other properties are there. Constant must be a global variable. Constant must be initialized, and constant freely invoked within the package and outside the package. You try to understand system is a class present in lang package where out is a constant available in system class, but it is the reference of which class? Print stream. You know that a reference of a class must points to object of print stream class because it is the reference of print stream. You know that reference always points to the base address of the object of the print stream class. So out is a constant for system class, but it is a reference of print stream class. But it points to standard output device. Who is the standard output device? That is a monitor. You know that where I print the value on the standard output device, that is the monitor. So in this way, if anybody asks you, freely tells that out is a constant, but it is out is a constant in system class, but it is a reference of print stream class. So remember, when you write a code, you face three questions. The first question is it mandatory the main method bound to be static? You tell them yes, the main method bound to be static. Second, is the main method having only one argument? Why? Why the main method having an argument? You tell that whatever the command line argument we pass that is stored in the array of string type, which is implicitly constructed by JVM, and that base address of the array assigned to the main method argument. Third is word. What is out? You tell that out is a constant present in system class. So anyway, that's I covered the first program. What type of questions you face in the interview? I just allowed. Remember, one by one, I must cover first core part, then advanced part, then Spring Boot part. I must cover. Whatever you tell, na full stack Java, but questions is limited. There are 100 number of questions you face in the interview. And remember, if I cover that interview preparation type in these areas that you are facing, you will never face any problem in the interview. And you proudly tell that I'm the student of Java. I saw that most of the guys hesitate to tell that I'm the student of Java. They always tell that I'm the student of Python, I'm the student of C, I'm the student of C++. Why? Java is a platform independent language. See, when it is a platform independent language, the result must be same in all the platforms. In every platform, it is same. So this is all about the concept of word. That is you always proudly tell that I'm a student of Java. Then you immediately get a job. Don't worry, I just covered the fundamental parts. See, we move to the next part. Next part is word. Now we enter into another areas. If you have any doubt, please ask me in this area. Please ask me any doubts or chat with me any doubts you have. Please ask me. Then I can move to the next part. So I give you some break. Then after that we can start. Sir, So now, guys, after break, I am entering into the next part. Now, please comment us. You are from which region? Are you from Odisha or outside Odisha? Please, you interact with us and please, there is any comments or any other requirement, you please ask me. I will guide you. There is no problem. I will guide you. I give you 100% effort to, that is what, make you strong in this programming language. My main motto is what to improve you guys to face interview. I want that if you guys are placed in a company, then I feel proud. Nothing else. So that is my job, and I saw that most of the guys from that is what those who are already that is what learn from me. They also joined in this areas. I feel proud that now you are in the industry, but you are communicating with me. So I feel proud for you guys. So same way, I just move the session. Now see, so I think are you getting my words or not? Is it that is what feasible to you guys to understand my words, or I can communicate in other languages also. If you want Hindi, I can also communicate with Hindi guys. But I saw that if as per your comment, I can move to different languages. Okay, so I'm comfortable in English. That is the reason for that. I'm communicating with you guys in English. If you guys want a Hindi, then fine. I can also that is change the language. Anyway, I move to the next part. Next part is word. Now the question is, what is the problem we'll face in case of Java? The biggest problem we'll face in case of Java is, in case of Java, string is a class. Remember, that is a big problem. That is, a string is a class. Whereas the primitive data types are not treated as class. That is the biggest problem. You know that how many primitive data types are available? You know that there are 8 primitive data types are available. Boolean, byte, short, char, int, float, long, double. You know that these primitive data types are not treated as class. Now question is how the communication is going on. No object-oriented language directly communicate or directly assign the primitive data types value to the object. That is the biggest problem. So Java tell to avoid the problem, Java uses a wrapper class. Now, what is wrapper class? Wrapper class is what? If anybody asks you, what is wrapper class in Java and why it is introduced, you tell that. So the main problem of Java is what? In case of Java, string is a class where as the primitive data types are not treated as class. So how it is possible that object of a class is assigned to primitive data type and primitive data types is assigned to object, string object. To avoid this problem, Java introduced word wrapper class. Now see, if you think about data types, see, that is the data types. Now there are 8 data types are there, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know that first is Boolean, yeah, you see. Second one is byte. Third one is sort. Fourth one is char. Fifth one is int. Sixth one is float. Seventh one is long. Last one is word. Now, string never be directly assigned the value to that primitive data types. And primitive data types value never be assigned to string. So to avoid the problem, every data type having its subsequent classes, and these classes are called as wrapper class. So how many wrapper classes are available? 8. Boolean, byte, short, character, integer, long, float, double. Every data type having the subsequent classes, and these classes are called as wrapper class. What is the main job of the wrapper class? The main job of the wrapper class is it is used to convert the data type to string and string to data type. Now see, most of the time we are using this data types. That is the main data type in Java. and you try to understand, they ask you the question, how it is possible that we can convert a int to string, we can convert double to string. Now, for int, the subsequent wrapper class is what? Integer. That is the main part. And for the double class, that is the here you see. For the double data type, that is the wrapper class name is double. These two are very popular. Now, by using this class, we can assign the int value to string and string value to int. Now, my question is, how it is possible? Because I saw that most of the time you face the problem. The problem is what you that is what makes a mistake, silly mistake in these areas. You know that integer is a wrapper class where the methods are static. These wrapper class methods are static to convert a string to int. Now, I saw that most of the guys also you chat. That is the appropriate concept you use. In integer class, the method name is that is public. Yeah, you see, static. That is the int. Method name is what? Parse int. What type of parameter I have to pass here? String data. Now, parameter is string means what? The string is converted to return type. What is the return type is? Int. Now, if anybody asks you how it is possible in Java that I can convert the int to string, the string to int, then you use this method. Method name is parseInt. ParseInt is the method which is used to convert string to what type? Int type. Because my parameter is of what type? String. My return type is what type? Int. I enter the parameter string that is converted to what type? Int type. Don't make any mistake. Try to understand. That is the method name is parseInt, parse integer. I saw that most of the guys also make the mistake. That is parse integer. That is wrong. That is not parse integer. That is a parseInt. Parameter is what? String. String converted to return type. What is the return type? Is int. In this way you remember. Now, on the other hand, they ask you the question, how it is possible that I can convert the int to string type? Can it possible without wrapper class I can do it? No. I have the requirement of wrapper class because it is a middleman. Take an example. If I speak in Tamil and you guys not understand Tamil words, I must require a middleman who translate my feeling to you, your feeling to me. Same way, your integer is a middleman between int and string. Now the second question is, how it is possible that I can convert the int to string? Here you see, I have the method that is called as public, that is a static, same string. Here is the method name is toString. ToString is the method. Parameter is the int data. Here you see, parameter is int. Method name is toString. Job is word. Convert into return type is word string. Now it convert into what type? String type. Don't make a mistake. Both are the class method of integer class. ToString job is convert the int to string. ParseInt method job is convert the string to int type. Don't make a mistake. Most of the time, when we are developing a project also, most of the time we use this method. So those who are using this type of methods, now from today onward, don't make any mistake. Both are the method of which class? Integer class. Both are the method of integer. Both are static method. So they have to call by class name. Static method always called by class name. Now question is, what is my requirement? Convert string to int. Method is word integer dot parse int. What I pass here? Take an example. 109 in double quote. That means what? It is a string. Now it is converted to what? Int. Now 109 is a what type? Int type. On the other hand, the same way, integer is the wrapper class. Sorry, here you see that is the integer is the wrapper class. Method name is word that is toString. Yeah, you see. Here I pass 105. It is a what type? It is of int type. Now it is converted to what type? String. Now that is the way I can convert the int to what type? String type. Now you guys are getting the concept or not? Same rules are applied for double class. That is, there is a method called as pass double, and there is a method called as toString. So that is what, feel proud that it is very simple. Java case methods are static. These methods are static, so they are called by class name. When they are called by the class name, you try to understand. Now they are called by class name that can convert the string to subsequent data type and data type to string. So if anybody asks you how it is possible in Java that I can convert the string to int and int to string, uses these methods and tell that that is the way I can do the job. But I saw that most of the guys are unable to answer it because of that is what they are confused that which method I call for which purpose. That is the way you can use this methods. Now, this is one of the powerful concept I explained because I saw that most of the guys face problem in this area. Next, if you have any doubt, please chat me. I'm also, that is what there is another system is there. I also read your chats, your valuable chats, give me the queries, that is what to interact with you guys, that give me or boost up my energy also. And if you have any problem, you just ask me. There is no problem. I'm standing here for you guys. I'm standing here for you, and I'm just spends 1 hour with you guys. Don't feel uncomfortable. It is not a class. I'm not your teacher. Now I'm just making you or boost you for facing interview. Now move to the next part. Next part is that is we enter what is autoboxing. Listen, it is a powerful term used in case of Java. It is introduced for wrapper class. What the job of autoboxing is? In case of autoboxing, we can directly assign a variable value to a wrapper class object. See, what actually autoboxing is, I just show you. If anybody asks you, so what is the autoboxing? Can it is implemented in every case? No. Autoboxing is only implemented in case of wrapper class. It never be implemented in any other areas. It is only implemented in case of wrapper class. Take an example. If I write here integer, you try to understand it is integer is a wrapper class. I just write here II is the reference of the wrapper class. What I did here, that is new integer. I just passed here 15. So you know that II is the reference of integer class that points to the integer object which hold which value? 15 value. Now next line, I just write here int x is equal to 18. Check here. X is a variable of what type? Int type, which hold 18. I just write here II is equal to x. What did it mean? Variable value I assign to object. When I write II, x value assigned to II. Dot you see, II point to the object where this object hold word 15. Now x value I assign to word II. That means now that is this object hold 15 or 18. Now this object hold 18. So this concept in Java is called as word autoboxing. Try to understand. When the variable value assigned to object, it is autoboxing. What is unboxing? When the object value assigned to wrapper class object value assigned to variable, that is called as unboxing. Here you see, it is the opposite of autoboxing. Check here. What actually happens in case of unboxing? See, I just write here. There is a boolean. Boolean is a wrapper class. I just write here. BB is equal to new boolean. Yeah, I pass. What's I write here? That is true. That means I construct a Boolean object. What the Boolean object hold? It hold a true value. Now see, I just write here Boolean. Here you see data is equal to B. Now try to understand. Data is a variable of what type? Boolean type. What it hold? It hold the object value. What the object? BB points to the object. The object hold true value. Now true value is assigned to data. Now when I print the value of data, what the data print? Data print true. So this concept in Java is called as unboxing. So what is autoboxing? What is unboxing? Autoboxing is what when the variable value assigned to the wrapper class object, that is autoboxing. What is unboxing? When the object wrapper class object value assigned to subsequent variable, then it is called as unboxing. Any doubt, please chat, and my team will learn the chat and give you some instruction. Then I can recap. Are you getting or not? Everyone comfortable? Can I proceed? Everyone, is there any comments? Please give me the comments, then I can proceed. Can I proceed? See what actually happens. Please give the comments to me, then I can proceed. So fine, I move to the next part. Next part is word that is called as. These are the concept of word reference class. So fine, I just move to the next areas. What the next area is? Now we can enter into the next area that is called as that is the operators. What type of operators we are using? You know that unary operator, binary operator, and ternary operator. You know that unary operator is word. Operator simple means word. It is a symbol which is used in case of variables. Operators are the symbols implement on a variable. And when it is implemented on variable, these are called as operand. Remember, unary operator means when I am using only one operand, that is called as unary operators. Now, my question is, in case of Java, how many unary operators are available? You tell that. In case of Java, there are 7 unary operators are available. There are 7 unary operators are available. Unary plus, unary minus, increment, decrement, typecasting, bitwise inversion, Boolean complement. Listen my words. If someone asks you the question that in case of unary operators, how many unary operators are available in Java? You tell that in case of Java there are 7 unary operators are available. What are the 7 unary operators? Unary plus, unary minus, increment, decrement, typecasting, bitwise inversion, Boolean complement. Then now come to the next. Next one is that is in case of conditional case in Java. That is if else case. You try to understand if else case. Can I? That is what. Can I declare a variable of int type for a conditional case? No. In C it is possible because C having no data type called as Boolean. But in case of Java, already Boolean data type is available. So don't assign in conditional case. Don't assign the integer value within it or int value within it. It's an error. It always considers the Boolean data type, or it always considers the Boolean data type for the conditional cases. Next one is these are fundamental questions. Now next one is how many types of variables are available in Java? You tell that. In case of Java, there are 6 types of variables are used. What is that? Local variable, instance variable, static variable, final variable, then volatile variable. Last one is word transient variable. Every variable purpose I must elaborate. Now, first one is as a developer, why I used a local variable. What is the purpose of local variable? You know that local variables are declared within a method, constructor, and block. Particularly, local variables are declared for encapsulation. I want to declare a local variable within a block that is encapsulated or hide within the block. Local variable never be accessed outside the block. So local variable is basically used for encapsulation. As a developer, what is my purpose? My purpose is word. I declare a local variable and hide it within the block where it is declared. Second variable is word, that is instance variable. Here you see. I remember when I asked a question to a student that why you declare instance variable, the guy tell that sir, for holding the data we are declaring instance variable. I know it. The variable job is that variable hold the data temporarily. But one thing is that why I declare instance variable in Java. You know that every object hold what data, but object hold data by the help of which variable? Instance variable. Are you getting my words or not? Please remember this concept. These are very fundamental. I think that you already know the concept. Variable is holding the data for a temporary period of time. But remember why I declare every variable, different variables I'm using. Why, as a developer, I'm using different type of variable. Now, instance variable I declared for holding the object data because I'm object. I hold some data. That object data is stored by the help of which variable? Instance. Next one is static variable. Here you see. Static variable is called as which type of variable? Class variable. Now the question is why you declare a class variable? For holding the class data, I'm declaring the variable as word static. So this is declared for encapsulation. All three are popular, very popular variable. These three are very popular. We frequently use it. The first one is a local variable. You try to understand. I declare a local variable for encapsulation. Second one is instance variable. I declare it for holding object data. Third one is static variable. I declare this variable for holding class data. Any comments? Please share it to me. Then I can proceed to other three variables. That is very important also. So I proceed to the next. That is what? That is local instance static. Another one is what? That variable is that is called as final variable. Here you see what is final variable. You never change the value of the final variable. Final variable bound to be initialized. These 2 points you have to remember. Final abstract auto initialization. What is auto initialization? In case of Java, these 2 variables, static and instance, if I am not initialize it, it is auto initialized by Z here through the default value of the data type. And static variable is auto initialized by class loader through the default values. But if I declare final keyword in case of instance variable and static variable, auto initialization is not possible. Second, final variable value never be changed and modified. Next one is volatile variable. What is the volatile variable? This is the advanced topics. When I move to multi-threading, I must elaborate, but a simple word. The value of the variable change repeatedly without giving any instruction to the compiler, because compiler is more powerful. So at the translation time, at the compile time, it never give any instruction to the compiler for changing the data. It is volatile, frequently change the value of the data. It is basically used in case of multi-threading. The last one is transient. Today is the last that is topic I just elaborate. Transient variable. Why I use transient variable? Remember, I always declare my instance variable is transient. When the instance variable is transient, then object is not serialized. What is the meaning of object serialization? Object serialization means object permanently stored in that is persistent area, either on a table or on a file. So if I declare my instance variable as transient, then that data never be permanently stored on the file or on the table of the database. Listen, when I move to the advanced area, when I cover the topic, at that moment I must elaborate this volatile and transient. So today I covered up to this extent. I'm just interacting with you guys. Please share your comments and please subscribe this channel. And I'm just communicating with you guys every day in the same time. I want to make you strong, and I want that to improve or boost your courage to face the interview. Thank you. That is I want that you interact with this session. So, any doubts, please share me some comments. Thank you. Bye.